The myth of being untriggerable is sold like a meditation-scented superpower, as if you could buy a crystal, burn a sage stick, and suddenly your ex's text or your boss's tone bounces off your chest like Nerf. Reality check. Your nervous system isn't a Wi-Fi router you reboot. It's an ancient guard dog that learned to bark at thunder because once thunder meant fire, and pretending you're above your biology is how you stay owned by it. In Epictetus's words, no man is free who is not master of himself. And mastery begins by dropping the cosplay of calm and actually training your body. Triggers are not insults, they are information, and the first rule is to stop treating information like aggression. Viktor Frankl reminded us the power sits between stimulus and response, that tiny gap where identity lives, and your project is to expand that gap on command. Practically, you need a field manual, not a mantra. So here's the start. Name it, aim it, tame it, and question it. Name the body. Signal without poetry. Jaw tight, chest hot, heart 110. Because neurobiology shows that affect labeling downshifts the amygdala. Aim your breath like a weapon. 4 seconds in through the nose, 6 to 8 out through the mouth. Shoulders heavy, tongue unclenched. Longer exhales signal safety to the vagus nerve and steal the oxygen from panic. Tame the scene. Eyes to the horizon, feet on the floor, neck long. When the body believes it can run or rest, the mind quits screaming. Now question. The story your alarm is narrating, Marcus Aurelius would ask, what is in my control? And 90% of triggers crumble under that question because most are predictions wearing certainty. Look at Attack on Titan. Most characters explode because they confuse sensation with destiny, while Levi's calm is not magic, it's mechanics. Scan, breathe, cut only what's his to cut. Same in Demon Slayer. Tanjiro's total concentration breathing is basically sympathetic parasympathetic training in anime form. Breath. First blade second. Your version is the 2-minute truce. When hit, you purchase 120 seconds from the argument with your breath and posture. No words, no eye rolls, because words said at a heart rate above 100 are weapons you'll have to live with. And if you think this is soft, remember Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight chooses rules in a city that rewards rage. Calm isn't passivity, it's aim. But you also need exposure, not avoidance, because an untrained nervous system is like a child kept indoors, overprotected, underprepared. Seneca said, we become brave by doing brave acts, so design microdoses of discomfort. Cold water finish for 30 seconds. Learn that I can choose stillness inside shock. Silent commute twice a week. Teach your dopamine to sit. 1 honest ask per day. Train social threat into signal. And a trigger rehearsal. Imagine the boss interrupting you. Feel the heat rise. Run the breath. Rehearse your line. Short, factual, boundary clean. Because the body repeats what it rehearses. And yes, you'll fail, you'll snap, you'll send that paragraph you shouldn't. Good, log it without drama in a black box like pilots do. What was the cue? What did I do? What will I do next time? Because progress is not the absence of bark, but the speed of recovery. Becoming untriggerable is not never feeling. It's never being kidnapped by what you feel. And the entrance fee is discipline paid in breaths, not theories. Here's the brutal middle of the work. Your triggers aren't random. They're rehearsals your body memorized to keep you alive. So if you want to be untriggerable, stop trying to delete alarms and start teaching them better songs. Think of your window of tolerance like a stage. Too low and you freeze, too high and you rage. Just right and you respond. Our job is to widen that window on purpose. Nietzsche warned, he who has a why can bear almost any how. So pick a why bigger than the spike. Protecting your kid's nervous system by mastering your own. Keeping your craft clean, refusing to pass inherited chaos forward. Because meaning is the voltage that powers practice. Now the drills. 1. Body budget. Unsexy, unavoidable. Sleep 7-9, hydrate protein plus fiber early. Limit caffeine after noon. No doom scroll in bed. An inflamed body is a short fuse pretending to be a personality. And no breathing trick can outlift 4 shots of espresso. 2. Vagus ladder. 3 rungs you can climb under. Fire, exhale longer than inhale, 6 to 8 out. Orient, eyes scan left, right, name 3 shapes. Ground, push feet into floor, feel quads. This trilogy tells the old brain, no tiger, and when the tiger leaves, the poet returns. 3. Cognitive reframe, but honest, not delusion, precision swap. This always happens and I'm doomed, for this is an activation lasting 90 seconds unless I feed it, which is both true and disarming. Marcus Aurelius would call this cutting the impression down to size. 4. Parts protocol. Your anger is not all of you. It's a younger guard doing push-ups. Say silently, "I see you." Give it a job. Hold the line while I breathe, and it will often stand down. Sounds woo, works in practice. 5. Exposure hierarchy. List your top 5 social or performance triggers from mild to boss level and build reps. If eye contact terrifies you, do 30 seconds with the barista. If feedback burns, request one nitpick from a friend weekly. In Avatar, The Last Airbender, Aang learns to bend each element by practicing in controlled discomfort, a clinic in progressive exposure. Zuko's redemption arc is nervous system rehab in narrative form: rupture, repair, repeat. 6. Boundary sentences. Pre-write lines you can deliver even at 110 BPM. I want to hear you. I can't do that while being interrupted. Let's pause for 2 minutes. Or, I'm not available for that tone. I'll rejoin when we can speak calmly. Short, respectful, enforceable. Boundaries reduce the number of ambushes your biology must fight. 7. Trigger contracts. Agreements with people who matter. If I go quiet, it's regulation, not contempt. I'll signal with a hand tap and be back in 2 minutes. Couples in Ted Lasso and crews in One Piece stay functional because they pre-negotiate how to fight. 8. Anger transmutation. Fury is jet fuel. Point it. Set a 10-minute rage right timer. You will never send, then extract one actionable sentence you can say without venom. The Dark Knight is a parable here. Batman channels chaos into rules. Anakin doesn't and becomes property of his surge. 9. Cold heat contrast. Finish showers cold for 30-60 seconds or hold a cold pack on the face to engage the dive reflex. Then do breathwork by a warm window. Train switching gears. 10. Digital sparring. Mute 90% of notifications, batch messages, and schedule a daily irritation drill. Read a take you disagree with and practice breathing, plus a neutral paraphrase before replying, or not. Laozi. Do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? The algorithm can't bait a settled pond. 11. Rituals of repair. After you snap, you will. Do ALA. Acknowledge without excuses. I raised my voice, that's on me. Amend with a specific, testable change. Next time I'll request a pause and step outside. Ask what would help the other feel safe. This is how trust grows faster than the trigger. 12. Identity lock. Call yourself what you're training. I am the person who returns to calm fast, because the nervous system is obedient to repeated stories. In Demon Slayer, Tanjiro's breath becomes identity. Yours can too. Finally, track it like an athlete. Keep a calm log with 3 fields. Cue, what set me off. Tool, which rung I climbed. Time to baseline, how long till calm. Aim to reduce that last metric week over week. Buddha said, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal. And this is the skill of learning to notice the coal, put it down, and still build the fire you want. Warmth without wildfire. This is the part where you graduate from techniques to temperament. Being untriggerable doesn't mean nothing moves you. It means nothing owns you. And that identity is forged by vows you keep under heat. Make 3 vows and live them until they fit like bone. Vow 1. I will regulate before I relate, because Epictetus was right. First rule yourself, then the moment. Vow 2. I will choose response over performance. No theatrics for the crowd, only clarity for the truth. Vow 3. I will repair, faster than I rupture, because trust is built not by never failing but by mending without delay. Then anchor them in a daily cadence that survives messy life. Morning, 2 minutes of counted quiet. Inhale 4, exhale 8. 1 page of future self-briefing. Today I protect my nervous system by doing XYZ, and a single social courage rep you will actually do. Midday, walk without phone for 10 minutes. Eyes on horizons to tell the midbrain there's no predator. Evening, black box debrief with 3 lines, cue tool, time to baseline, and 1 sentence of gratitude for whoever you didn't bite. This is not self-help theater. It is how you change your resting state. Look at stories that lasted. Spider-Man learns that power without restraint turns heroic into harmful, so he writes rules and keeps them. In The Dark Knight, Batman refuses the easy trigger of revenge and becomes a custodian of tone for an entire city. In Avatar, Aang practices a value so stubborn it invents a new solution, under pressure. In Demon Slayer, Tanjiro's blade is honest because his breath is honest. Form follows physiology. Philosophy agrees. Marcus Aurelius shrinks panic by naming the exact thing before him. Seneca trains adversity in advance, so surprises arrive smaller. Nietzsche's "Become Who You Are" is daily maintenance, not a revelation. And Camus's "Invincible Summer" is not a mood, but a discipline you water. If rage still flares, transmute it into protection of your values, your people, your craft. Because anger pointed at service is a shield, anger pointed at ego is a leash. If shame whispers you're broken, answer with data, not drama. Yesterday, baseline in 9 minutes, today in 6. Direction is strength, because trajectories tell the truth. And when someone tries to bait you, remember Laozi, muddy water clears when left alone. Buy space, breathe long, speak last. By now, the pattern is clear. Untriggerable is not a finish line, it's a posture you reinstall each day, the way Zuko keeps. Choosing honor even when it costs him, the way Rocky keeps getting up because getting up is the point. So write your short creed somewhere you'll see it. Slow breath, clear words, clean exits, fast repairs. Repeat it until your body can say it without you. And then go live like a quiet lighthouse. Storms will come, sirens will sing, timelines will bait, but you'll stand, not because you feel nothing, but because you feel and decide anyway. And that is what real strength sounds like in a nervous system trained for real life. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing and check out the videos on the screen. And never forget, live your life to the fullest.